Do you ever find yourself checking your phone and then before you know it, you've wasted half an hour scrolling through Instagram or Facebook? Or maybe you've done that thing of posting something and then checking back in every few minutes to see how many likes it's got or if someone's commented on it. Or perhaps you've even got to the point where you take the same photo over and over again, trying to get the right lighting or the perfect candid shot, which is now anything but candid. So today I want to talk to you just for a couple of minutes about that thing we call social media. And by calling it social media, it makes us feel like it's about socializing and interacting and it's about engaging with our friends and the people that we follow. But actually these apps are much less to do with socializing and much more to do with advertising and marketing. There's a good reason that Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who founded Facebook, who now owns Instagram, is worth over $100 billion from apps that you can go onto and use for free. The money's got to be coming from somewhere, and it comes through the advertising and the marketing that goes into these sites. And they're great. They're really good. They're well designed. They've got the best programmers, the best graphic designers working to make the apps as slick and smooth and user-friendly as they possibly can be. And a lot of these apps even employ psychologists now to help them figure out how to keep you engaging with the app, how to keep you checking back onto it, how to keep that addiction going where you're constantly checking back in over and over again. And it works. We all do it. And there's a real downside to the whole social media thing that we've got ourselves into in our world. Because if we're always looking at these candid shots that other people have taken, shots that actually have so much background and lighting and professional photographers and all that kind of stuff going on behind the scenes and going into it, we end up comparing our lives to these fabricated highlights from other people's lives. And it can start to make us feel quite down. Like our lives aren't that exciting. We're not doing all this cool and interesting stuff. We don't look as good as the people who we're following. Or maybe if we post a pic, and perhaps you've had experience of this, you put something up on Instagram or Facebook, and if it doesn't get many likes or much interaction, you feel sad. Like you genuinely feel down about it because you haven't managed to get that kind of interaction from it because it didn't do well enough. And maybe that makes you start to feel that you're not good enough. It really worries me how much we can get caught into thinking that our own self-worth somehow depends on the number of likes that we're getting through these apps or the way that people interact with us through them. And there's been a lot of research done that actually suggests that social media is making us more depressed, more mental health issues, more stress, more anxiety than would previously have been the case because we're always comparing ourselves to other people. So here's a challenge for you. If any of these things that I've been saying kind of ring true for you, you know that you struggle a bit with these things, maybe try taking a day off from your phone. In the morning when you get up, maybe give it a check then, but then just leave it behind you. And go about your day without your phone, without worrying about social media, about posting, about checking in, and see how you feel at the end of the day, and see if that's actually had a positive influence on how you're feeling. Maybe you feel a little bit lighter, a little bit freer, without being constrained by the apps and the advertising and all the things that are going into it. And maybe you might find that something helpful that you actually want to do more often in life.